Hi, this is YC. Welcome to my channel again. I'm going to be doing two hauls today, Walmart, and then I'm going to do Aldi's. Okay, first up, we purchased some buns at Walmart, and the reason I did not get buns at Aldi's is because we like the brioche, but you have to get 2 packs for our family because there's only 4 in a pack. By the time you do that, it's too much money. So we got our hamburger buns at Walmart this time. And then we got some Oscar Mayer cotto salami. And I actually looked at the Great Value brand salami because I was thinking, oh, it's going to be cheaper, right? It is cheaper. The problem is it has nitrates and nitrates in it. You don't want that. That's dangerous for you. So this had all good ingredients, and Oscar Mayer is working really hard at doing that. You see their hot dogs where it's no this, no that, no that, the no, no, no. And that's what you want, and Oscar Mayer is working really hard to do that. So we got this lunch meat. And also we got some sour cream that's going to go with our burritos. And we got some Weiler's chicken bouillon broth cubes, chicken broth. We like the powder more than the cubes, but for some reason everywhere we go lately, and I mean Food Lion, Walmart, Aldi's, they ran out of the powder stuff. It's everywhere you go, it seems to be cubes, or you have to get the liquid bouillon or broth in a box. And you know, we don't know when we're going to be using them. We use them throughout cooking, and so we like it to be dry, but we're not big on the cubes. We like the Knorr powder, and Weiler's is a good name too, but we don't really like unwrapping cubes. Okay. The next thing we got is apple juice, and I'm using this in a glaze for our pork loin, and I'll talk to you about that glaze when I show you something that I got from Aldi's. Okay, and then we got the Jolly Time Select Whole Kernel Popping Corn, which is already, you know, naturally gluten-free. And last time we got the Orville Redenbacher. Well, if you're trying to save some money, and these are in the same place at the back of Walmart, this is, I don't know if it's way more, this is 30 ounces and this is 45 ounces. So this has more in it, but it's almost $5. And this is only a couple dollars. So we thought, well, we'll get this because it does take quite a while to go through this. So why not get the cheaper one? And Jolly Time is a really good name. And corn is a whole grain. So go for it. Okay, and then we got some baked beans. And we really like the home style beans. And we like the ones with onions in it. Well, they ran out of the home style and they ran out of the onion kind. And we don't care for the baked beans at Aldi. We like the bushes. When it comes to baked beans, you got to get a good name. And so we're going to have to put our own onions in it. And we didn't get the maple kind because it already has brown sugar in it, and that makes it a little too sweet. So we're going to see if we like this kind or not. For some reason, they're out of all the one with the onions. Been out for a long time now. Okay, then we got you know, we always get 2 rices for our family of 5. We have some wild rice that is going to go with the special meal that I'm talking about, that the glaze for my pork loin, and then we're going to have wild rice with it. So that's going to be really good. And then here's one of my favorite products that they sell at Walmart, and they also sell it at Food Lion, and I'm sure they sell it other places, but you won't find this, you know, at Aldi's. And it's the Kentucky Colonel seasoned flour. It's really, really good. And you can do chicken and fish and sausage balls and meatloaf, and you can make a tempura batter. You can use it in a roux if you want your roux to have more flavor. And I use it on country fried beef or chops. And this time it's going to be going on some chicken thighs that I purchased at Aldi's. So it's wonderful. It's a great flour to use. And you find it in the same breading area that you find the shake and bake and stuff like that. I also bought some burritos. I've got 2 different kinds. These ones are the spicy picante burritos, and they're, of course, they're beef. And I have a couple kids that really like spice. And then I got the beef and cheese burritos. And that's what we had purchased the sour cream for, because they like just a little dollop of sour cream on the top of it. And they can have these at lunch or, you know, whenever they get really hungry. It's not necessarily for a meal during supper time. Okay, and also, what else have we got here? I found these ribeyes on sale. These size ribeyes and the thickness of them is usually about $16, and these were $11.93. That's not too bad for a couple of ribeyes, and so I picked those up. You have to pick and choose and get these when they're cheap. Okay, and then I picked up the is it Swaggerty or Schwagerty sausage, and I think if you're a follower of Michael Caron's, he likes sausage like this. You can put it in a biscuit in the morning, or you know, you can even chop it up and put it in dirty rice. I had got a box of dirty rice at Aldi's that maybe we could put it in, and it's just supposed to be really, really good sausage. So I thought, you know, I'm going to try that. And then we've got 4 of those pizzas that my family likes. The Great Value brand from Wal-Mart. It's the thin crust supreme pizzas, and they're very, very reasonable, and they're very good. So it continues to be a budget favorite for my family. And so the next haul I'm going to do is for Aldi's, but I'm going to give you the price on the Wal-Mart one first. You saw everything I had, and it came to $97.03. $97. So let's see how we do on the Aldi. Okay, we're going to go over our Aldi stuff now. The first thing, we'll go through the meat first so we can get it in the freezer in the fridge. The first thing I got was boneless pork tenderloin, and this was $9.59. Okay, and this is what we were going to use the apple juice for, you know, the apple concentrate that's frozen. And I'll tell you what else we're going to use in this after. That's going to be surprising to you. Okay, and then we got some bacon. This is going to be a couple ingredients. Go into a couple dishes, and it's going to be an ingredient. Okay. And then we got a double thing of hamburger meat, and this was $13.37. And you think, well, gee, you know, that's a lot of meat, but we're going to get 2 meals out of this, and it's going to be for hamburgers and for stuffed peppers. And this ratio here is going to cook down quite a bit, but your meat won't dry out, and it's better than me buying 2 separate packs that will come to, they were $8 something a piece today, so you're talking over $16. Probably $17 or $18 by the time you buy the 2 separate packs. So it was worth it to me and my family to get the $13 one. Okay. And then, again, the chicken breasts was $1.69 a pound, and I get 2 meals out of this. I'm going to roast a couple of these and slice it on an angle and do some spinach wraps. And then the others, I got 3 more. I'm going to slice in half this way. That's going to give us 6 pieces, family of 5 for dinner, and lunch for my husband for the next day. And I can't remember what I'm going to be doing with that. Let's see. I always make a menu, you know what I mean? Let's see. Oh, well, see, there you go. I'm going to actually be cutting it up because I am going to do chicken carbonara. Okay, and then here is the thighs. These thighs came to $4.95, and that's not bad. This is under $5, and it's going to feed our whole family. And this is what I use that Kentucky Kernel flour on that I get at Walmart, and these, you know, came from Aldi's. Okay, so that is my meat. And now I'll continue on with the rest of our Aldi list. You know those weeks where you think you just ran out of everything? I mean everything. That's how we are this week. We had to get odds and ends that we don't normally get. Red wine vinegar. We use this a lot, especially on steamed spinach and things like that. And it's also going to be an ingredient in a marinade that we're doing. Okay, and then crushed red pepper. We go through a lot of this. Black pepper. Garlic powder. You know we got to have that. Here, we'll do the cayenne pepper. And we go through a ton of that. Chipotle too, but we don't buy the Chipotle at Walmart or Aldi. Okay, and then I got some Texas Pete. We make sauces. We just use this as a base, and we make other sauces with it. My husband makes a homemade wing sauce, and he'll use this in it. We don't just use it by itself usually. And they've been picking on my Frank's hot sauce, which is my favorite. So, but anyway, okay. And then we got some tomato ketchup, and this is the organic. And if you buy the organic ketchup at Aldi, hooray for you, because it doesn't have high fructose corn syrup in it. The other ketchups there do. It's not as good for you. Okay, and then we got our usual, we always have lots of salads, so we got our usual buttermilk ranch and the Italian. And if we don't go through the Italian, you can use it as a marinade. It's a great marinade for chicken, beef, whatever. You might have to spruce it up with some spices that you like, but it makes a good marinade too. Okay. So the cheeses, we got sharp cheddar cheese, and let's see. This is I'm gonna make a macaroni and cheese one day, and I think it's gonna go with our thighs that we have the Kentucky Colonel on. Okay, and then this is gonna be. I'm gonna use this sharp cheddar in place of Monterey, and it's gonna go on top of our stuffed peppers. And then here is some Parmesan, and we can use this if we want on our chicken carbonara. Okay. And then, of course, like I said, we were out of everything. I needed to get some more olive oil. And here's some dirty rice mix. And we can use that spaghetti sausage for this, however you say that. Okay, and then we have, this is linguine. I really wanted the flat fettuccine, but they did not have that at Aldi's this time. But they did have the linguine, which is also a flat pasta. So I'm going to do the carbonara, the chicken carbonara with this. Okay. And like I said, we were out of everything. I mean, can you imagine? Out of staples, basically what we were out of. And there's their flour, and their flour is always reasonable. Okay. And you're going to find this very interesting. The Sloppy Joe sauce. I didn't buy it for Sloppy Joe's. Sometimes I do. But if you go online and mark down the recipe for all the tomato paste and all the seasonings that you make stuffed peppers with, guess what it amounts to? This. You can save a whole lot of time during the week, especially if you're in a hurry and you got a lot to do and you've been running here and running there all day and doing laundry and everything else. Use this. It's the same thing in your stuffed peppers as you taking the time to measure out some vinegar, measure out some tomato paste, measure out some garlic and onion powder. Oh my goodness. Hello, right here. Okay. And like I said, we were out of everything. Can you imagine being out of mustard? We were out of mustard. And this is just a few cents. So, very good deal at Aldi. Okay, and then here's our elbows, and like I said, they have the best deal on elbows, and that's going to be, I only use a little bit of it, but it's going to be for my macaroni and cheese to go with our chicken thighs. Okay, and again, the kids like that variety oatmeal. We buy it because it's healthy. And their eggs, are always a reasonable price. They always have a good deal on eggs. And we have to always buy the unsweetened milk, almond milk. We don't ever buy regular cow's milk anymore. It's just not necessary. And when you think about it, humans are the only ones out of all of nature that drink milk past infancy, and little children. After a certain age, you don't see calves drinking it anymore. You don't see little puppies drinking it after a certain stage. And we're the only ones that do that drink milk up into adulthood. Why? We don't need to do that. Okay. Let's see what else we got. We got some chips, and that's going to go next to hamburgers, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. And then they always have really reasonable, the hard paper plates, so that don't bend so much so you lose your food. Let me see what we got here. And the head of lettuce was very reasonable. So that's for our salads. and the classic white, but no high fructose corn syrup is in it. And peppers to do our stuffed peppers. So we got ones that were really long and tall, because you want to, I'm going to slice these in half this way, and this is going to make 6 of them. That's a good deal. Okay, and here's some tomatoes, and the tomatoes are going to go on burgers, and these tomatoes are also going to go on wraps and in salad. So that's why I got so many in a pack as opposed to just 1 or 2. And then butter. It's still, I think it's $2.95. That's very expensive. Okay. And then we got corn. And that corn is going to go next to our pork roast and wild rice. So that's going to be a really nice meal that day. Okay, for some people save their good meal for Sunday, whatever day you like to have nice meals. And of course, there's our spinach wraps. Last week we got the tomato wraps, and we actually did American cheeseburgers in them, in the tomato wraps. It was really, really good, and you weren't like stuffed to the rim because you didn't have all that bun. It was just it was a nice tomato wrap and a burger and cheese, and that was it. It was great, and you still felt good. You could get up and everything. Okay, you weren't stuffed. Okay, and there's the cucumber for our salad. I usually get the little ones, but I'm going to try that one this time since it was cheaper. Okay, and this is what I wanted to talk about. This goes around our pork roast in the sauce that I make with the concentrated apple juice, and I used a little crushed red pepper, and we use these dried cherries. Now, if you follow Michael Cairns, his son Logan Cairns just did a review of these, and he said they're really, really good. Well, I've had them before, and I told him, I said, I'm going to do a recipe coming up using these, and I'm going to put them right in my sauce on my pork roast. And you talk about tastes good, nice and sweet, and very festive. If you were to do this around Thanksgiving or Christmas, oh, it tastes so good. But these dried cherries, they're good and healthy to eat like this, or you can put them in a sauce on pork with apple concentrate. Really a good idea. Okay, one thing I wanted to tell you was how much we spent. We spent at Aldi's, we got all of that stuff for $109.03. And that is a lot of stuff for only $109. And of course I got my 7 meals again. Okay, and that's it. And I thank you for watching my 3rd haul. I appreciate you watching, and I hope that you try some of these products because we love a lot of them, and we try to steer clear of high fructose corn syrup and TBHQ and things like that if we can help it. So please have a good day, and see you later.